Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PS1 doesn't just give me like childhood nostalgia. This game is my childhood. I absolutely adored the Harry Potter games when I was a kid. So I'm going to take a look back at the one I think I kind of have one of the most fondest memories of, and we're going to have a look and to see if it still holds up. Now, if you are even vaguely familiar with the early Harry Potter games, you'd know the games themselves not really relevant to the story. The actual important parts of the story and the storytelling kind of just done from this book. That's fine, I guess. Now, there are a few running themes in the early Harry Potter games, mainly the first three, and one of those running themes is Fred and George having like a weird little side hustle for Bertie Bott's Every Flavour beans. This is the Fred and George that come from the family that struggle financially. Don't know why they're not charging real money for this and instead want beans, but I don't know, I guess maybe they're saving them up for their shop. So the core kind of gameplay mechanic in this game was parkour. I guess kind of just the in thing at the time, with platforming being a popular game mechanic, and also I think maybe quite easy to implement into those early games. And honestly, yeah, like it worked. It's good, except this section. I remember this giving me troubles, and it still did. I hate this. Nearly Headless Nick is also like a kind of recurring character in Harry Potter games. He's usually got a bit more of like a helpful role, and in this game he just pops up in a couple little places, mainly giving you some hints and tips earlier on in the game. So something I've never really taken much notice of in this game was the enemy variation is surprisingly good. You've got snails, you've got flying books, you've got venomous tentacular, you've got the tiniest, smallest little trolls you're ever going to see. I mean, Harry's a first year and he's about the same height as them. There is suits of armour, and there's also these fire turtles and also fire crabs. So honestly, for the length of the game, the variation of enemies is actually really nice. Nothing is massively overused, unlike certain enemies from certain PlayStation 2 versions of the Harry Potter games. So whilst half of this game is parkour, the other half is kind of made up of you casting flipendo at big blocks to create parkour, getting puffskeins trapped in holes to create parkour, and also these stealth sections where you're using the invisibility cloak and well, doing parkour. You see, there's a little bit of a theme going on here. Honestly, by the third game, Harry's legs are going to be toned. There's also like this weird Crash Bandicoot boulder chase style thing through a long hallway with a troll. Not sure what all this was about. I don't even know who the hell designed this hallway with acid pits. It goes nowhere. But hey, it was actually quite fun. So the lessons in this game actually, I much prefer to like the PlayStation 2 equivalent of these games. In this, you're doing like a timed button pressing mini game to learn the spell, and then you have to proceed into like a small mini game actually using the spell. PS2 games will have Harry kind of defying death for about 25 minutes just to learn the spell. And the other couple style lessons are obviously Quidditch, which, I mean, realistically, it's just become a staple in any Harry Potter game now that has Quidditch in. You're flying through hoops. It works. It's fine. It's fun. Unless it's the Half-Blood Prince. Then it's the worst thing, actually, in the world.
Great. Can you help me with some seeker practice?
And the potions minigame was similar to the spell one, you're just having to do sequences of button presses. So yeah, cool, it works. I think my personal favourite spell from a spell lesson is Verdimillious, because I can't see, help. Now this game actually gives you like plenty of reason to explore the castle, because there are secrets and little mini games spread around. Some things you can't miss, but some definitely can. So unmissable things, for example, will be mini games like the Wizard Cracker fight with Malfoy, which I remember really enjoying as a kid, and honestly I still loved it. It's a lot of fun here. I just played this as a game on its own. For some reason, something that really sticks in my memory was having to save the random Ravenclaw's cat that had fallen down a well. I don't remember why this stuck in my head so much, but it did. There is, of course, just the Quidditch games, which is just flying through hoops. And then there was also a strange race with Peeves. I really didn't understand this, but I will say I enjoyed it. I remember it giving me absolute terrible time as a kid, but now I'm not a complete idiot. I did actually enjoy it. And there's even actually an entire section in Diagon Alley, which, when Harry Potter on the PS1 is mentioned, the Diagon Alley section is something that instantly sort of pops to mind. And I'm sure if you have nostalgia of this game too, you know exactly why. And I'm glad you're going to be in the same boat as me, or I guess in the same Gringotts cart. It's the sliding around Gringotts, collecting papers, and doing the worst mini-game. Having to swing around on the cart and dodge the planks of wood, which are just, for some reason, in the way. This place is an entire health hazard. I'm pretty sure Gringotts is the reason we have online banking, because if this is how you have to withdraw money, no one's going to be going through this. There's also a couple other little short bits in Diagon Alley where you've got to find a purple toad in a box and chase a peacock around someone's back room. Okay, sure, yeah. Don't know what Harry envisioned when he was going to Hogwarts, but it probably wasn't this. And as far as missable secrets go, most of it actually leads to you getting a famous Witch is a Wizard card, which is the collectibles in this game, which there are 12 of. Sometimes they will literally just be behind a bookcase, just laying on the floor. Other times you'll go for a bookcase and you'll find a weird, carnival shooting game where you got to shoot cauldrons and pumpkin. I have no idea what this was. And then probably one of the more tedious and boring little tasks you had to do was putting these cauldrons into place with Flipendo. This was quite boring. Now, I think we have kind of ignored the reason why PS1 Harry Potter is so iconic for long enough now. It's PS1 Hagrid.
Hello, Harry. It's me, Hagrid. Good to see you.
I mean, we can't do a video about this game without Hagrid making some appearance. God, isn't he delicious? Oh, right, the video. Yeah, Hagrid. He's great. Except, he wants you dead, just like everyone else in these games. Do you remember this? I nearly cried having to do this again. This is really awful, but it's fine. Anything for our Haggy Poo.
Stop it.
And the game also has a couple boss fights part of it that are separate from the main enemies. There's only a couple, but they're pretty good. There's this random boar statue, gargoyle kind of boar statue who just flings around. Honestly, feels like he would be an easier Souls boss. And there's also the fight with the troll, kind of with the troll. You're fighting the troll through him throwing toilets at you, and you've just got to cast Flipendo at the sinks, the toilets, and it's all the porcelain that's coming towards you. But it works, it's fine. It's also, you get a really good payoff because you get to see Ron do a really good little jig.
Wow, did you see that?
So another little running theme in these games is Neville being constantly in distress. Harry's always having to come to his rescue, and in this game, the first time you actually meet Neville, you're having to save him from some flying books. And then a little bit later on down the line, when Neville gets his Remembrall stolen, you have to go on a kind of a dogfight chase with Malfoy, bashing into him as he throws bludgers at you. I have no idea where he's keeping them bludgers. And this leads us to the final section of the game. Of course, first you have to get past Fluffy, who you have to lull to sleep with a flute. I'm glad in this world of magic that Hogwarts isn't, ignoring music lessons. And this, of course, drops you into the Devil's Snare. Now, some say that J.K. Rowling actually, wrote this plant as just Snare, and then the Harry Potter games came out, and they changed it to Devil's Snare. It is a nightmare. This is the Godskin duo of Harry Potter. This load of BS is practically a 3-phase boss. It recoups all of its health twice. Not once, twice. Sure, it would have been fine if it was a fun thing to fight, but it really isn't at all. It's honestly the worst part about this entire game, and I would be more than happy if it never existed. So we're moving on from that. I don't want this tarnishing my memory of this game. Then, of course, getting the key is just a simple mini game of Quidditch, just rebranded with a key instead of a snitch. And then the chess mini game, which actually is pretty good. It's quite a unique little thing. Fortunately, you don't need to know the rules of chess. You just have to try and make all of the pieces on the board smash into each other. That's right, white or black, they've all got to go. And then that brings us, of course, to the fight with Voldemort. Now, this is not a difficult fight. Again, unlike in the PS2 game, that is awful. It's terrible. This one is actually more just long than it is hard. Firstly, you've got to like knock down these pillars onto his head. I'm pretty sure like that would have given him concussion. He's still just a guy at this point. And then you have to use the power of the mirror to blast him or something. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. But honestly, this fight is just a lot of kiting him around the room until he stands in the right place for you to either knock down a pillar or shoot him through the mirror. And in the very final section, actually, he's on top of you doing heinous actions. Genuinely very disturbing. I was spamming square as hard as I could because I wanted this guy off my screen. Now, I had an absolute blast playing through this again. I just, you know, except that I really can't say too much bad about it. Unlike some of the other early games, like the PS2 versions, which I do love, this just has something else. It's got so much excellent charm to it, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. Nothing in this game is too dragged out except the we don't mention that. In fact, can I bleep me saying Devil Snare? It's gonna be a banned term here. But yeah, the game doesn't go on for too long. It feels just the right amount before it maybe gets a little bit too samey, which I think the PS2 versions of the games kind of have that issue where they seemingly just go on a little bit too long for how much there actually is to the games. Most of it is a lot of the same stuff. But this game it's a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it and I would play it again. Do you know what? I'm going to go and play it again now. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have and you want to see more videos like this, do remember to subscribe to keep up to date with the content. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Also, if there's any games maybe from your childhood that you want me to check out and do this kind of video on, let me know. Leave it down in the comments and maybe I'll get round to it. So, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.